share the screen now.
Hello, all the attendees. We would like to welcome you at Smart Home Virtual Connect. And in our conference, we have our next speaker, Mr. Adam Merlino, Director Asia Pacific for SnapAV plus Control4. SnapAV plus Control4 is also title partner for our event. And we would like to hear from Adam Merlino more about his presentation. We welcome Adam.
Thank you. I'll just share my screen now.
Yeah.
And is that coming through clear?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak at this event. I'm very grateful for you being able to put on this event, particularly under the circumstances we find ourselves in today. I had a brief look through the virtual call and meeting agenda, and it looks like a wonderful event over the next 3 days. Before I get started, I just want to take a minute to acknowledge anybody that has suffered hardships or personal loss due to the events that have happened in the world. Our thoughts and prayers are with you in this difficult time. We're all learning how to work in this new world, and together we'll all get through this. So thank you for everyone for participating. We have about 20 minutes together, and there's a lot to go over in this topic, but I thought I'd just highlight on some of the key points that I'd like to address in this short time frame. So we're going to take a little journey on the history of Control4 and how we are where we are today. I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about the different types of connected homes and where Control4 operate in, which is an operating system for the connected home. Some of the things for the...
Adam, excuse me, you can do a slideshow for your slides. They are looking smaller.
Oh, sorry. How's that?
I think we are looking at the next slide as well, Adam. I think you should.
Do slideshow from current slide.
Okay, let me try and turn off presenter mode, and I will try and do it without my notes if that works. Is that better?
That's better.
Okay. Well, okay, is that text visible now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. Technology, we gotta love it. So yes, as I was mentioning, we're going to spend some time talking about Control4, the different types of connected home, and we're going to highlight on what we call the Internet of Things devices and the fully connected or orchestrated home. Then we're going to talk about an operating system for the connected home. So when you bring all these different disparate technologies together, how do you do that in a way that makes sense for homeowners in particular? And we'll talk about personalization, which is a big part of a connected home. How do you make it your home and work within your lifestyle? And probably one of the most important topics, and one that's not discussed too often, is about privacy. So we'll start on this journey together, and hopefully we can give you some insight into what we see as the connected home and how Control4 can help deliver upon that expectation. So SnapAV and Control4 established itself in the smart home industry back in 2005. Our head office is now based in Charlotte, and we manufacture a range of devices from our operating system, the Control4 Smart Home OS3. We also manufacture products, what we call core infrastructure. So we manufacture networking products, which is a fundamental piece of equipment that every home needs today, regardless whether it's an automated home or if it is just a home with computers in the house. We've all seen just the burden that has happened working remotely from home and the importance of good Wi-Fi and a good network infrastructure. Lighting is another core element of a connected home, a very big part, and what most of us are familiar with as a smart home traditionally. We also manufacture products in the entertainment sector, so audio, video distribution, all those things that make enjoyable homes possible, and safety and security. So they're the foundational pieces of our company. In the history of our Control4 system, we have over 500,000 connected homes that are registered with our cloud services. And they check in every day to make sure and let us know that everything's working correctly in those homes, and make sure that we can then notify our clients of any updates that need to occur, and also just to keep them informed as to what's happening in the connected world today. Another real core piece of what we do is a remote management piece, and that enables the dealer network, the professional dealer network, which is where we operate, to better support the connected homes in the event of needing to assist in, say, rebooting a cable box or a satellite box and things like that. And then on top of that, India is an important market to us. As mentioned in the beginning, I'm responsible for Asia Pacific. We do have an office, a head office based in Bangalore in India, and we are distributed throughout the Asia Pacific region. So we do have offices in China, India, and our head office for Asia Pacific is based in Melbourne, Australia. I'm broadcasting to you right now from Sydney. So it's amazing how well we're connected in this world today. It's really good to see. My history, I've been in this industry from probably the mid-90s, working in the connected home space. But back then I wouldn't really call it connected home. So I've been through a lot of the trials and tribulations and obviously the development of the connected home space. I've been working with SnapAV and Control4 for the past 5 years. And it's truly a privilege to be part of such a wonderful company. And what we do enjoy is bringing wonderful experiences to our customers and importantly to our dealer network to make sure we deliver those great experiences. So as I mentioned, I'd like to talk about what we see as the two different home types that exist today. We live in a world where the Internet of Things has become very vast. Just about everything's connected. You know, whether it's a washing machine, whether it's a stove, whether it's a voice control platform, a smart light, a smart outlet. We call these sort of homes loosely coupled homes, which means that the home may have multiple devices which connect to the internet, etc. And you may have multiple applications to run those devices. We see the applications as being very standalone, being that they're not really aware of each other and what the other devices are doing within the home. And because they're not aware of each other, you cannot really take advantage of what the connected home is truly out to deliver. Control4 is a company where we work in the orchestrated home space. And what we do and how we deliver that experience is by providing a single user interface for all the different disparate devices you have within your home. The devices themselves are aware thanks to the operating system. And to talk about an operating system or the orchestrated home, it sort of, I guess, relates back to what we're all familiar with. You know, on our Windows computer, we have Microsoft, or on our PC, we have Microsoft Windows as the operating system. In Apple, we have Mac OS, and then on our mobile devices, whether it's Android or iOS, they're basically the operating systems which unify the user experience, and that's what we deliver through our smart home operating system. And that delivers a unified environment where technology really meets lifestyle. The best smart homes is very discreet in terms of what you see and how you use it. It forms the way it operates around your lifestyle. And we deliver that through our smart home platform. So what is an operating system for the connected home? Well, as I mentioned, it is an interface that unifies all the different devices that are in the home. So rather than having to jump into an app to control your audio or to control your lights or a smart door lock, it's a single user entry point which enables you to communicate with everything within the home. We see the operating system and the core hardware as infrastructure. It's a bit like where you have electrical in your home, whether you have plumbing, where you have air conditioning. We see those things as long-term investments and core infrastructure. And that's what we deliver through our manufactured products and solutions. And a very big part of being able to deliver these sorts of solutions is to ensure that a homeowner has choice. We know that you may want, say, for example, a Yale smart door lock, or you may want a different brand. You may want to use a Sony TV. You may want to use a Samsung TV. Our smart home operating platform comprises of partnerships with thousands or hundreds and thousands of manufacturers, which deliver the ability for us to communicate with about at least 14,000 different types of devices. And our technology is embedded so deeply into these manufacturers, some brands that you all know like Sony, Denon, Marantz, Epson, they have our technology on board their devices so that when they're connected to the home network, the smart home operating system is aware that they're connected, and it enables us to communicate with them at a very high level. So that comes through partnerships and manufacturer partnerships. And in that space there, over the many years that we've been working in this industry, we've been able to nurture those relationships and make our products and our operating system a fundamental part of these various manufacturers. Privacy is a real big one. We'll talk a little bit more about that on later slides, but understanding when you connect your home to the cloud or to the internet, what information are you giving up? We're all familiar with when we use our mobile devices and we look at things on Google and Facebook, how the operating system or the applications on our phone, they then start to tailor recommendations or advertising as to what you've looked for before. So when you connect a home, what information are you passing up to the cloud? What does the cloud know about you or the various vendors that you're working with? So we'll talk about that a little bit. It's a very important part. And the other thing that sets us apart as a company is we only go to market through a professional certified dealer network. This is complicated stuff to set up and to set up well. And we understand that, we might need a plumber to install the plumbing, an electrician to do the electrical. To have a professional that's trained and certified in the connected home space, that's where we work and that's where we focus, and that's how our route to market for consumers. Now, that being said, we understand that the homeowner needs to be able to make choices for themselves and to be able to make personalization changes without the need of calling a dealer, because you don't really want to have to call a dealer for every little thing that you'd like to do in your home. So we'll talk a little bit about how we do that and how we provide benefits to the homeowner. So moving on from there, that's our operating system for the connected home. As I mentioned, fundamental pieces of delivering a true connected experience for a homeowner is about personalization. When you go into your home or you're building a home or you're moving into an established home, you want to make it your home. You'll choose your furniture, you'll choose the appliances, you'll choose what you'd like to have in your home and the look and aesthetic feel of that. So with Control4, our user experience, which is what you use to operate the connected home, is truly personalizable. On the screen, you can see a kitchen. And in that kitchen, you want it to be your kitchen. Why should it be somebody else's kitchen or just a drawn image backdrop? So with our Smart Home OS 3 platform, we enable you the ability to take photographs of rooms in your home, and you can use them as the wallpaper. We also have curated artwork that you can choose to utilize, and you can even add your own wallpaper if you don't want to use photographs itself. Also, with having multiple devices in the home, it's important to have easy and fast access to what you use most. We all know on our mobile phones, we basically able to set up what icons we'd like to see on the main pages of our mobile devices, whether it be our messaging application, whether it be our social media, whether it be our email. And you basically do a press and hold. And on your mobile device, you can shuffle things around and bring to the forefront of what's important to you. And that's exactly what we can do with our smart home operating system as well. Personalize and bring shortcuts to the favorite things that you like to do. For me personally, I'm a big motorsports fan. And on my main page in my living space, I have Formula One icon, which basically brings up my favorite Foxtel sports channel, which is the Formula One when the events are on. And I'm able to get straight to that because I'm not interested in going through everything else. And, it could be a favorite radio station that you wake up to. So being able to personalize those things are very important. Being able to make your own lighting scenes. That's another big part of what we do. traditionally, when you have a smart lighting system installed, you're very limited in what can be done and what light levels and percentages you may want to have. With Control4, whether you're using our lighting system or other big brands like Lutron or CBus or Dynalight, we can actually enable the homeowner to set up their own lighting scenes as well. So it's a very powerful user experience that you can have. We also know there's many different ways in which you interact with your smart home, whether it be your mobile device, our purpose-built touchscreens, a tablet device, and one of my personal favorites is the large on-screen display. Having a beautiful 65-inch screen, 80-inch screen these days, being able to bring up your user navigation in that environment, it really enriches the lives of people and simplifies how you access and utilize what you want to quickly access within your home. So the personalization that you deliver through your devices is consistent through all the user experiences and interfaces. And the interfaces are optimized for the devices in which you're connecting. And by that, for example, our mobile phones are usually held in a vertical aspect, and we're used to scrolling vertically to get to what we get to. When we get to a tablet or the screen, the touch screen or the TV, we're in a widescreen format. So the operating system automatically configures itself for the optimal visual experience for the homeowner. This part here in privacy is something I want to spend a little bit of time on. It's an important piece of the puzzle, which I think everybody needs to be more aware of. It also starts with the foundational piece of the home, which is the network. I mentioned that earlier in my talk. Making sure you have a good, stable, and secure network is foundational to whatever you're doing in today's world. Historically, we'd all have an internet service provider's modem with a Wi-Fi device, and historically, we'd think that was enough to be able to deliver that connected experience. Back when those devices first came out and our service providers manufactured these products, there might have been 4 connected devices in the home, maybe 5. When we started this journey at Control4, iPhones and Android devices didn't even exist. So the burden on the network was far less than what it is today. In a Control4 home today, the average devices is 40 network connected devices. And on some of our larger homes, we have thousands of connected devices. So regardless of whether you're using Control4 or you're using another platform from one of our competitors, or you have an IoT home, making sure you have a good, secure, stable network is foundational. And it actually is what's required to deliver a good experience in whichever aspect you try to take your home, whether it be the loosely connected home or the fully orchestrated home. We're very fortunate today to have some wonderful solutions out there that aid our ability to interact with our systems, like voice control. And we know the big vendors that are out there, and they're partners of ours. And the 2 vendors that we work with today are Amazon and Google, probably the 2 biggest players in this space. I think it's important to acknowledge that when you have an IoT device, let's just say you have a smart light or a smart globe in, say, the kitchen, when you connect it to a voice control platform, what information is being broadcast back to Google or Amazon, or even the manufacturer of those devices? And in an IoT world, it's not really a lot of information, because it's maybe 1, 2, 3, or 4 connected devices. And knowing the state that the light's on at 3 p.m. or 5 p.m., that information gets sent back to the cloud. So when you have a connected home, what information is actually being sent back? When you have 20 devices, 30 devices, 40 devices, etc., what broadcasting information is going back? And at Control4, we acknowledge that this is a very important part of a connected home. And we also understand that everybody has a right to privacy and to really be in control of what information they broadcast back. We delivered and derived a technology called Privacy Guard. And this is a function that homeowners get to choose what information gets broadcast back. So you can imagine if you had multiple devices like I just mentioned, and you said, hey, Google or Amazon, turn on the kitchen light. you'd assume that that's the only bit of information that goes back. But that's not necessarily true. When you have a connected home, all of the information about your connected home could be broadcast back to that voice vendor. So with Privacy Guard, I'm working with Google, I'm working with Amazon. We've derived a technology that enables you, the homeowner, to be completely in control of that. So that when you make a voice request, the only information that gets broadcast back is the state of that device that you're communicating with. And that's a really important piece that provides peace of mind. We're all private people by nature, and we need to understand what information is being transmitted around the world about ourselves. So that's a very unique feature to us. And as I said, we trademarked that technology, and working with the voice vendors, we're able to deliver a great secure experience that delivers what we expect a homeowner would expect in terms of their privacy. Another big part about privacy, and something that more and more homes are delivering today, is video surveillance, where we have cameras around the home and we have our mobile apps that we can see the cameras, etc. When you're using third-party apps to communicate with those devices, again, how private is your information? With our solutions, our surveillance systems and our servers are all US based, and they're all secured to ensure your privacy. Some of our other vendors that are out there, they actually can see and they can access that sort of information. So again, understanding what's being exposed is something that everybody needs to be aware of in today's world. Also with cameras, another feature that we've seen that's been very popular is that people wanting cameras inside the home. And that's a good thing when you're not at home. But what happens when you are at home? You don't really want your cameras recording what's going on. So being able to picture mute based on you being at home is a feature that we've developed as well. So for example, if you had caretakers coming into the home to do some maintenance work, etc., you might want to record what's going on to ensure your security. But when you're at home, you're able to turn those cameras off to ensure your privacy. We have more information on our privacy policy online. Again, it's another very unique feature that makes Control4 special and stand out from the crowd. And if you'd like to know more about that, feel free to reach out to the team in Bangalore, and we can certainly guide you and provide further information. We're running out of time. I think I'm 2 minutes over, but a couple of things I wanted to mention before I close off is that through the virtual world that we have today, I think the event is spectacular, and you can meet and talk to our team where they're hosted in Hall A on our virtual booth. So please reach out to Saman and the team. We have 3 education sessions to learn more about our platforms and solutions. One starting today at 3 o'clock, tomorrow at 12, and Saturday at 12. So please take the time to look at those things and learn and be educated more about what we can do and how we can help you as both consumers and dealers. And with that there, I'd like to say thank you once again for enabling me this time to present to you all. And I hope the event is a huge success for everybody. And I know I'll be watching from Australia along with some friends and family. So with that there, I'd like to say thank you and close off.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you for your insightful presentation about SnapAV and Control4. And thank you. We are glad to know that you liked our platform. Hope to make a better experience maybe when we do next time.
Yep, it's wonderful. I was very impressed, and I think taking the initiative to do what you've done today is great and needs to be respected by everybody that's participating. It's just a wonderful thing to see. Thank you once again.
Thank you for being here. Thank you very much.